Today, I'm presenting a brief recap and conversation about our Kawai instrument of the month digital piano, the Novus NV10. Stick around, it's going to be a little re-informative perhaps. Hi, Ted Barsley with Alamo Piano Galleries. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like our videos, and if you have comments, please respond. We like to interact and communicate with you. We're doing some videos that have been followed up from your suggestions. And if you haven't already, shop our website at alamopianogalleries.com, and we have stores in the Ohio, Michigan, and St. Louis, Kansas City region, as well as here in Texas. And this is the Kawai Novus NV10. It is their top-of-the-line digital piano, and we are featuring that as our instrument of the month here and the digital product line. And part of what makes this instrument so interesting is that it's essentially a digital grand piano in a smaller case. It includes the Millennium 3 hybrid grand piano action, complete with 88 wooden keys, and it also has 88 key-graded ABS hammers, so that it is just like playing a grand piano. And included with that grand piano is you have an authentic grand piano damper mechanism, which includes not just the three pedals, the damper, the soft, and the sostenuto, but back on the damper pedal, it supports half pedaling support. And it also feels and responds exactly like it does on a grand piano. And if you haven't played one of those, that alone, along with the SKEX rendering sound engine that they have on here, there's 10 different piano renderings and a total of 88 sounds. Go in and play one just for that effect of seeing how they took the top of the line and put it together into a real working grand piano action, complete with their Millennium 3 hybrid grand piano action. That's what makes this thing fascinating, is it has a lid that you can take off to show off that it's a real grand piano action inside. And the other thing I wanted to mention, there's about a 5-inch LCD screen that sits on the left pad. Normally that cheek block on the grand piano is kind of a little bit larger. This is where you actually control the sounds and the changing and putting things together, as well as the volume and a few other things like that as well. The volume, I believe, has a separate knob on it, but you can control any of the different parameters, and I'm going to talk about that technician in just a little bit. I wanted to speak a little bit about, they have a premium audio Onkyo sound system in here that they contracted specifically with Onkyo to carry a lot of the sound systems on their digital pianos, starting with the NV10 and the NV5. The sound systems are really, really great. They're nice and powerful. This one maintains a 7-speaker system, and it does not contain a soundboard, which is about the only thing I wish they would include with their grand piano type model of a digital piano. They have the grand piano action. They have about 4-inch speakers and 2, maybe 1.5-inch tweeters, along with somewhere around an 8 to 10-inch woofer that drives it. It sounds great, it plays great, it responds great. But I think that some of the future and true hybrid pianos, which they call this as a hybrid piano, should include a vibrating soundboard. And even if it's a distinctive looking style, it doesn't have to look like a grand piano, but it would be nice to have a functioning, vibrating soundboard to receive a lot of these sounds and help project it. It just seems to be the more natural way that I see digital pianos. Hopefully they'll move that way, because it's a bit more of a natural sound than having something pointing right at your ear or your face. On the flexible technician, there's 19 different parameters, and I'm not going to list them all. It includes hammer voicing, touch curve, touch resonance, string resonance, velocity response, back check noise, all the case resonance. There's so many different piano parameters. I thought I understood a lot of them until you sit down and you go from having none to having an overabundance of it, and you can hear just what that one little thing does to the sound, and somewhere in there you can make your own perfect sounding piano and store it. And that is the one feature that almost a lot of digital pianos have, but I can't nail any single manufacturer that doesn't have one. But I have heard from almost every single customer that uses it that they enjoy playing on their own designed sound parameter moduled instruments at home. They store them and they keep them, and they think that their sounds are actually a lot better than anything else. And I've read a lot of articles where people do spend a lot of time on it. I never have. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying I never have. And I know it can be a lot of fun. It's almost like synthesizer effects on a grand piano, so you can extreme and remove certain kind of things, so you can add and remove things. It's really wonderful. Other thing I wanted to mention, and this is a really, really useful thing, and I see it advertised in a lot of products this day and age, is Bluetooth audio and MIDI capability. Well, I haven't done tons and tons with the MIDI. We've had some songs linked up where it plays and it does stuff and you have to follow it. And those are pretty cool. But the thing that I find that is the most practical, useful thing that not too many people talk about until you ask them about it is that Bluetooth audio. Because when you put something like this in your house, or you put it in a major room, the sound system that Onkyo has provided in here can blow you out of the room if you wanted to. If you're watching a movie in there and you can Bluetooth your soundtrack or of the movie into there. I've been using it for a lot of different things just to broadcast audio, even off of my phone or iPad at home. And we use it here at the store, and you have to really watch the volume. There's a number of ways to control volume on Bluetooth. If you're not familiar with it, there's the volume from your device, there's the volume on the unit, and then there's also an internal, what's called Bluetooth volume. And that generally gets set to a little bit below half. So some people think, well, it doesn't work that good. But go in there and pump up that Bluetooth volume and find out what this thing can really project in terms of sound. Another nice feature that it has in it, and most digital keyboards do in this day and age, is have a metronome. I don't like to use a metronome. I'd rather use the corresponding thing that goes with it, which is in this case about 100 different drum patterns. And we are featuring the NV10 this month at all of our Alamo Piano Gallery store. And we don't have an overabundance of them, but they are available. And I think it's a wonderful instrument. If you're a serious pianist and you want something you can play on and get a lot of privacy, particularly in a home that may have other life forms that don't want to hear you practice at all hours of the night, the NV10 is one of the dream pianos in terms of a digital piano to play and to learn on and to practice and even to perform on. I will say that as a top-of-the-line hybrid piano, I hope that they find a way in the future to include a vibrating soundboard, because that is a major thing to making digital pianos sound a lot more natural. And with that, I am Ted Barcelou with Alamo Piano Galleries. I thank you for listening. I look forward to hearing your comments. And look for you to come in and play an NV10 in one of our stores soon. Thank you so much.